Hey there, everyone. My name is Milky Shadman from the Guys Who Play Games. Back with some more Halo 3 on Legendary. Let me
Spreading all over the city.
turn my audio down just a smidge there.
Find the crashed Floodgate.
Oh, God. It took me forever to get this recording started. So, I'm going to talk about this right now because Floodgate's a short level anyway, so this is a good time as any. So, you've probably noticed if you're... I'm not exactly hiding it. I'm just like, there's not much I can do about it. The last few recordings I've done, like, since the very last Diablo one I did, and then, like, a couple of the Halo 3 ones, there's, like, a point in the video, like, for, like, just a couple minutes, where all of a sudden the recording just completely, like, fucks up. And just, like, completely, like, it's just barely recording anything, and, like, the audio's destroyed. But then it only lasts, like a minute or two, and then it just goes back to normal. This has only been happening recently. That time on the my last Diablo 2 Resurrected video where I was doing my Amazon run, on the finale of that, it happened in that video, and then it's been happening occasionally ever since. It's been happening like on and off, weirdly enough. Every other video it seems to happen. And then there's like, I don't know what I can do about it. So I fiddled around with a bunch of my settings. I don't know why it would all of a sudden be different, but basically, I use Bandicam to record, and I realized I hadn't actually updated my Bandicam in like 3 years, and there was an update from like pretty recent, so I updated, which apparently updating, over the last 3 years changed a bunch of shit with Windows. So now if I try to screen record, I get this big yellow outline around my whole screen, and apparently that's not Bandicam's fault, that's just Windows 10. Because Windows 10, and there's no way to turn that off, apparently. Which is just great. I love that that's a thing. For all I know, all I'm talking right now, this whole recording could be fucked, because I've fiddled around with some more settings, and then all of a sudden Bandicam started doing this thing where every 3 or 4 recordings it would just completely fail for some reason. I think it was one of the settings I clicked that I didn't really... It said it was supposed to help. It's supposed to, like, cache commands into your RAM. That's what it says it does, and it's supposed to like help with performance during recording. When I clicked that, it started doing that, but so I unclicked it, and hopefully that won't happen. But like I don't know. It could just be because I updated. I don't know. Right now I'm doing game capture instead of like screen. Like instead of recording my whole screen, I'm just recording this game window. So hopefully that's fine. The reason why I don't like to game capture over just recording my screen is that if the game crashes for any reason, the recording just ends instantly. Like, I was doing game recording back when I was doing Cursed Halo, and the problem is that means that if the game crashes, which it did, that's what happened during the library, during that series where I had to like end the video just at the end of the level because it crashed at the end, and then that just completely fucks the recording. And I don't get any of my audio afterwards. And like it kind of messes with it a little before it crashes too. Like it's funky how it works because it's how recording works. So all in all, I've been having a slightly miserable experience getting everything working. I don't know why all of a sudden it's just broken. I thought maybe it might just be related to the fact that I'm recording like Halo, in the past I've always recorded pretty low, like let's say low power games. Like I'm not recording Halo 3 in the past. I was usually recording like, a SNES game or something, or like even when I was recording this full screen SMBX is not as visually straining as Halo 3, obviously. Like Halo 3 is a pretty old game, sure, but it's still, a AAA game from 2007. It's got a lot. Halo 3 in particular has a lot of cool like light bloom effects. So it's no surprise. Like you can even see, like look at how the way the light works when I stare at this big blue ball. When I stare straight at it, the light reflects differently because it's like adjusting for like my eyes. Anyways, that's all for that. I'm gonna restart. Please tell me this recording doesn't fuck up. I really hope this works. I'm talking about this now because Floodgate's like the shortest level, and it should be fine for the most part.
The flood.
Hopefully.
It's spreading all over the city.
If it does, then I don't know. I'll just have to deal with it. I've been lucky in that every time it's fucked up, it's usually at like a point of like downtime. It's usually like around half an hour into the video. By the way, the guy with the skull jumps over there. I could have shot him, but eh. I always think it's funny that this part, it's like if you just run, all the audio starts clipping into each other because they didn't apparently account for the fact that the player can just kind of outrun stuff. I'm going to pick up the SMG. We'll take that. Anyways. The Flood in this game. The Flood in this game are such a mixed bag because, like, on the one hand, the technology behind them is really cool. They do some cool stuff in this game. Like, this is the first game that has live transformations, right? The Flood will just, if an infection form jumps on a Marine, they'll just instantly get infected right in front of you. Which is like a cool, such a cool little feature. And like, it's so much more, like, visceral in this game. Like, I saw a video a while back talking about Halo's, like, ratings over the years of, like, you know, M versus Team. Talking about how the game as a whole got less and less M-rated in terms of, like, most other stuff. But the Flood got worse, which is kind of impressive. Because, like, in Halo 1, the Flood are just, like, they're just kind of dudes, you know? Like, yeah, the infection forms will eat you, but, like, they don't infect stuff. The Flood combat forms will just kind of play dead occasionally. And then in, let's take a shotgun. Sure, why not? I mean, this is the shotgun level. Even though the shotgun does kind of suck in this game. But, and then in Halo 2, the Flood can, like, you know, the infection forms will jump on a live infection body. Oh, and then this guy's weird. I swear he's, like, scripted to, like, get infected sometimes. But, like, you can save him, which is weird. But, like, it seems like half the time it just doesn't work. You'll kill the infection forms and he'll just die anyways. But a lot of the times you can save him, it's weird. Anyways, but like, yeah. In this game, the Flood can just completely infect live people, which is like a really cool thing. And they can infect corpses and stuff too, obviously. The shotgun's still good against Flood, at least. It's just like the shotgun in this game is just crap range. Like, I get that they want to lean more into being, you know, a close range weapon. But it is kind of a shame, you know. That, like, I feel like I just went a little too far. I feel like, oh! I thought that was, I am so sorry, dude. I take full responsibility for that. I feel bad. Oops, that's unfortunate. I guess we'll try an assault rifle for a little while. I mean, we might as well. That's like the name of the game so far, as I've been fiddling around with all the weapons. Like, why not? Pick up a spiker. A lot of spikers around here, it's like, why not? I do that feels bad. Imagine you survive the zombie infection and then Master Chief just chucks a fucking grenade at your face and you just die. Like, oops. Nothing in here. Nope. Yeah, the Flood are really cool, but like the problem is that I don't know what it is, but the Flood in this game, I swear it's like exaggerated in MCC. It's like it happens more often in MCC, but the Flood are just like weirdly like buggy, for lack of a better term. Like there's times when it just feels like something's going wrong when you're fighting them. Like it should not be doing what it's doing. Like you'll shoot a Flood and like they'll just start moving and be like you'll notice this all the time. Like you'll shoot their arms off and all of a sudden they just become like invincible and like nothing you do will kill them. You just have to kind of let them run until the infection form decides, okay, time to commit suicide. Like it's really weird. Like look at this guy. Well, I don't think that was actually. I think that's just because they're like really tanky and legendary. They have like twice as much health on legendary for some reason. It doesn't always happen, but like you saw it happen a few times back there, where the guys I was shooting at with the shotgun would just decide, okay, bullets don't work on me anymore. Like it's weird. It's not as bad with the regular ones, but it's really bad with the elite ones. If the elite ones have shields, for some reason the elite ones that have shields are stupidly tanky. They will take so much, like they have, so for reference sake, I guess if you've watched my previous videos, I've given the numbers. But in this game, just like in Halo 2's multiplayer, Master Chief has 70 shields and 45 health. For reference sake, on normal and difficulty, a Flood combat form has 40 health. On Heroic, they're at 60, and on Legendary, they're at 80. So they have twice as much health on Legendary, which is a lot more than most enemies. Most enemies don't scale so hard. They'll usually be like 50% on legendary more than they are normal, somewhere around that ballpark. The flood infection, the combat elite, freaking how do I say this? The elite forms on legendary have 80 health, and I'm gonna die because Arbiter's blocking the door. The elite combat forms on legendary. Oh, cool! We get to do this combo. The elite combat forms on legendary have 80 health and 160 shields for some reason. Why? I don't know. That's what they went with. We're gonna go. Like, why not? How often do you get to do this combo? And sometimes they just become like invincible, and I don't know what it is that causes it. It seems to happen more often on MCC. I have no idea why. This is just a weird thing, and it will come up a lot. Props to this guy's voice acting, by the way. Like, geez, man, he goes in. Anyways, there's this cool cutscene where it shows the elites dropping down, but if you skip it, you can run in there and actually help them, like, immediately while they're still dropping in. Because if you just sit there and watch them, they tend to all just kind of die. Because the flood, they'll try to punch the flood, and their punches kind of suck against the flood. Also, for some reason, you get a bunch of spec ops elites in this mission, which is cool. But their leader is just a regular major dude. Like, it seems weird.
It has evolved. Victory is ours.
Like, it doesn't really matter, but like, it's just weird that that's the way it goes. You know what I mean? All right. Anyways, watch out, because I'm pretty sure this guy here will have a shotgun that will just blast your ass. All right. Anyways, we're definitely gonna go double plasmas. Plasmas, this is one of the first level you get a lot of plasma rifles, and they're pretty good against Flood in this game. It's definitely the weapon of choice. Stop pushing! Holy crap! What is with everyone in this game? Stop pushing me! He's pushing me again! Like, I'm trying to stay in cover and not die! The Spec Ops and Elites in this game, just like in Halo 2, they chuck grenades like like there's nothing else to do on Legendary. They're very grenade happy. They generally do a pretty good job, but the main problem is if they get into melee combat like this, their punches really suck against Flood, and the Flood definitely don't have that problem, so they'll just kind of start dying. And you can't, it's hard to help them out, because meanwhile, the whole time you want to shoot the dude that's punching them, but they're fucking shoving themselves, and that guy could have splattered me with a box. How wonderful.
We must find more worthy foes.
The battle is over. Alright. I'm gonna try not to get in front of them, because once again, just like in Halo 2, if you get in front of if you stand in front of them, they might chuck a grenade at you, and that's kind of just how it goes, So it's kind of better just kind of let them. They're all, like, elites in this game have the same, like, their stats are basically identical to Halo 2 in like virtually every way. The only thing that's really changed is I believe their AI in general is a little more aggressive compared to Halo 2. But, like, it's really not that big a difference. Like, people like to make it out like the elites are, like, suicidal in this game. And it's like, it's just kind of the fact that they're fighting in close quarters most of the time in this game. Like, they only show up a few times. And every time the elites show up in this game, it's close quarters, So, that's just kind of how it goes. This level's not too bad for this. In general, I would say. You're not going to get ganked by Flood too often. I will say, it's actually a useful tip for you, is that if you have elites alive here, it is legitimately a good strategy to just kind of let them all die. Because if you let them die, you'll actually get phantom reinforcements in the next area that'll help shoot some dudes. So let's see how they do here, huh? They also drop swords. They all have swords, which is kind of cool. Let me just shoot you guys in the back. You know, I'm actually gonna revert. Like, what? I'm gonna actually try to show this strategy off. So, I'm gonna go with Spiker now. For a little bit, like, why not? I am gonna do this though. Let's let these guys draw out. And this time I'm gonna use the brute shot because this is actually pretty good against them. I say as they all just kind of tank it. They're tanky on legendary. That's the problem. All right. Anyways, I'm just gonna let all these guys just kind of hang out. Come over here and shoot my guys. Hey, give me your plasma rifle, actually. Why not? Thankfully, your spec level leads are pretty tanky, although in this case it's kind of hurting because it makes them... Because you kind of want them to kill your elite buddies here. Like, I'm telling you, man. There we go. No, wait, there's still a guy. Oh, wait, whoa, whoa. Well, since they're so kindly dropping their swords, I might as well pick them up. Unlike Arbiter, they actually drop with some amount of ammo in them, so... And sometimes Arbiter just does not give a shit. Just funny. He just watched me beat his dude down, and he's just like, he just stared at me. Okay, I believe because I killed them before that checkpoint dropped, we should get a dropship here with reinforcements.
We didn't believe them when they
There's also a flamethrower over here if you didn't know, by the way.
She's on that ship. Find her. Get her up.
Flamethrowers only really seem to show up on the flood levels, and like it's kind of ironic because flamethrowers are actually pretty good against Covenant, but you never really get to use it against them. There's our dropship reinforcements. How nice. Get him. It's really good against brutes because it does flames do twice as much damage to shields. Like, they're very strong. Like, these elite combat forms are really tanky, but the flamethrower actually does do pretty good against them. Anyways, be careful about the dudes with swords, because they one-shot you. Big surprise, I know. There we go. I think the flamethrower is kind of underestimated. Like, it does suck that it's slow, but people think it's a lot worse than it really is. Like, it's still decent. It's just, the problem is that the lingering flames don't actually do that much damage. You need to be shooting stuff. Anyways. Let's get going. The second dropship actually drops elites off over on the far side, and they actually do stuff. Like, they can shoot some guys, but they tend to... What they do is they jump into the crashed ship. Oh! Jesus Christ, guys. They tend to drop... Like, they run straight towards that drop ship. The area where you end the level. But they can shoot stuff along the way, and it can, sometimes you can get lucky, and they can actually help quite a bit. They, like, chuck some nades or something. It's just, you know, it's kind of random, unfortunately. Why? Dude! My first death is to an elite throwing a plasma grenade. Big surprise. What a little shit. Yay, okay. Oh, well, that guy's just dead. Yeah, this sword dude just fucked everyone. Please! Like, sometimes the elites just decide that's it. I give up. I'm just gonna stand here like a doofus. God. Because as soon as the sword guy gets into your freaking face, it's just like, it's just done. Here's what I'm gonna do. Okay, this time the sword guy actually dropped down, I think, so... I made it way easier. That's the tricky thing with the flamethrower, is it's really good at friendly firing dudes, which kind of fucks you up. Like, basically, just don't be humble with the... Like, the flamethrower does not run out of ammo that fast, so you might as well just shoot it, you know? Anyways, let me... Where's my regenerator? I want that. Thank you. Yeah, well, I might as well pick this up. We have... Usually I use that to shoot the like, pure forms that are hanging out on top of the thing there, but I guess I can just do this. Get out of here. You can't do nothing. Look at that guy. Look at this guy. The pure forms can be kind of hard to deal with because, like, if the sniper forms in particular, they're one of the few enemies that actually, like, heavily disencourages you from using the VR. Because they take very little damage from anything that isn't, like, plasma. Like, even the carbide does not do much damage to them. You need a plasma rifle if you want to deal with them. When they're, like, shoving their face away. It's like you either need plasma or you need, like, to punch them or just, like, a grenade of some kind. Like this guy, let's just do this. That takes him down quick. There we go. Did you see how the Grapevine just called someone an imbecile? Well, see what I mean? Look at this. This guy's just invincible. This happens. What causes this? He's just nothing will kill him until all of a sudden he just decides to be allowed to die again. I have no idea what causes that. Ow. Like, classic issue. I don't know why it's like that. Whoa, okay. Die. Swords are fantastic still, because like one-shots basically anything that isn't one in the glitchy flood. The pure forms, ironically, are less frustrating because of that, because they never glitch as far as I'm aware of. Sometimes what you'll see is that if you stick a pure form right as they start transforming, they'll eat the grenade. Like, the grenade will disappear because they're technically, like, the way it works is it kind of changes, like, them into a different model. So, like, it'll eat the grenade, but, like, that's the only way they'll ever glitch. If you hit them when they're in the middle of transforming, sometimes they'll kind of tank shots like that. But otherwise, they mostly don't have a problem. Oh, wow, this thing I love to show off. So, is this guy fine? It looks like he's fine. These guys are actually supposed to be Spec Ops. But I believe they're labeled internally as just Spec Ops and not like Spec Ops Dog or SCL. Like they're supposed to be regular Spec Ops, but they didn't it's the same problem as in Halo 2. So they just get random armor.
Do not be afraid.
And unlike in Halo 2, this can actually result in multiple armor types overlapping. So sometimes you see these guys with the, they'll have the half jaw, like from Halo 2 or whatever, and you'll see later in this game. But sometimes, if you're lucky, you'll see one that has both the, like, multiple helmet types. So you'll see one that has both the, like, the regular helmet, and you'll also see the Spec Ops helmet. Although none of those showed up, unfortunately, it's just kind of random, so there's not really much you can do about that. But yeah, that's the whole level. There was there's been stuff I've missed in previous episodes, unfortunately. There's not really much I can do about that. There's only so much I can talk. Like, in Salvo Highway, like, when you get to the part where you ditch your warlock and go on foot and do like a little part. Where, the part where I shot down the fear odds, right? There's like a couple areas you can go to. Like you can go like above where you enter through like the little tunnel. You can go on top of there and there's like a sniper rifle up there and stuff. Whatnot. But there's not really much you can do about that. You can see I tried to do the glitch. I'm not great at the playable cover glitch. Oh well, that'll be it for this part. See you guys later.